Hello, this is Daria from Airmo, and with Airmo, we are setting the new standard for global continuous greenhouse gas emissions measurements from space. Climate crisis is the defining challenge of our generation. We already feel the influence of extreme heat, new diseases, and resulting economic losses on our lives. While more and more people and companies start questioning their climate behavior, we still significantly underestimate our impact on the planet. The biggest concern is that we do not understand how big it is because we fail to measure it. Current greenhouse gas emission measurement methods are not able to satisfy the emerging need to provide real data. Existing methods are either based on assumptions, limited, subjective, or simply not sufficient. Imagine that most of the carbon footprint estimations nowadays are currently done in Excel tables. If we actually want to address the climate change, measurements shall be done real time, globally, and with much higher granularity to be able to track down emissions down to a single facility independently where it is located, Brazil, China, or Europe. We can do that only from space using new measurement approaches. Airmo is our solution. Using small satellite constellation and our novel LiDAR-based instrument, we will provide all the entities in the ESG value chain, from direct emitters, decision makers, till regulation authorities, with precise and non-biased intelligence about CO2 and methane emissions. With a set of innovative instruments on board and data processing techniques, we will guarantee the most accurate and granular measurements of even weak fluxes delivered automatically to any customer in the world. What decisions can be made if the quality of data does not allow you to detect the facility that is responsible for emissions? To actually make a progress in measurements and validation, commercial insights have to be accurate and near real time. Our unique technology, following advances in satellite design, remote sensing, and data processing, will significantly improve the data quality, granularity, and accuracy, enabling new applications. We have already conducted the satellite preliminary design. We surrounded ourselves with partners, platform manufacturers, launch, and operations. We are preparing the patent application and for the LiDAR and start building data fusion algorithms. Why Airmo data is vital? Our unique technology is able to unlock carbon assessment, enabling actual emissions tracking and reduction measures. Airmo will help localize emitting facilities and distinguish emissions in industrial areas. Airmo will bring actual value on saving resources on losses due to accidents monitoring and pipelines monitoring. Finally, Airmo will enable validation and verification of carbon-related projects, evaluating success of carbon sequestration and carbon removal. Airmo will add real value to businesses in many segments where it was not possible before. It includes monitoring emissions from livestock, managing losses and leakages and industrial emissions, saving costs on remote areas monitoring, where installation of sensors or transportation of equipment costs significantly. We have engaged in companies across all the sectors, collected 3 letters of intent to run pilot projects. Finally, our biggest market opportunity is driven by Paris Agreement and the need to urgently become net zero. Exploding GHG reporting market needs better data. While many companies are addressing the problem of emissions monitoring, the market requests high granularity and higher revisit rate. Airmo will supply 50 meters resolution data, keeping revisit rate up to 4 passes per day of the area of interest. We are ready at Terra 5. We have verified our approach in the lab and ready to make our impact and become the standard for measurements. Our core service possesses 2 revenue streams. While validating the space segment, we'll focus on raw data, supporting companies that already know how to use space-based data. This will significantly decrease the market entry barrier for us. Already with 1 satellite on orbit, we will be able to provide subscription-based monitoring service only for 150,000 euros per year. Our team consists of scientists, researchers, and engineers with total experience of more than 60 years working in our space sector and 40 years working in business. We know how to build optical systems, we have launched satellites, and we build data algorithms. Our network of advisors supports us with connection to sustainability sectors and certification authorities. Until now, our team has designed the key service component LiDAR up to 05, prepared the patent application, set up the core team, and demonstrated the huge potential of the attraction. Our plan is to use the mix of private-public opportunities to reach 07, and we have secured already the public part and run pilot projects with confirmed customers. We plan to launch our first satellite by Q4 2023, while selling the first subscriptions and deploy full constellation by Q3 2024. And this will enable emissions monitoring for more than 50 clients globally. That was Airmo. Thank you. I've been working in aerospace sector for past 7 years. I've been mostly focusing on small satellites manufacturing. So I was a part of the team, I was leading a team for 11 satellites manufacturing. I've been always fascinated how small satellite technology can be applied for Earth observation and how distributed measurements can really improve data quality and, as a result, end use cases for really many sectors. Around a year ago, I had a conversation with the CEO of the company that was focusing on building the software for carbon footprint assessment based on real observations. And during the talk, I figured out that the data they're using is super outdated, it's not granular, which really stops them from delivering good quality service for their clients. Since then, I started searching for different types of instruments that can improve the quality of data and which can still fit on the small satellite platform to launch the constellation to get these distributed data sources on orbit. And I found a team of engineers that was building the LiDAR system. We came together, we ran the preliminary design of the mission. We ran also simulations based on synthetic data of retrieval algorithms. And we figured out that that's a great technological opportunity we can use. So basically, the Airmo started with a market request supported by really innovative and cool technology. For greenhouse gas measurements, we use in spectroscopy. So there we use the reflected light from the sun to get measurements and bands corresponding to methane and CO2 that lays in the shortwave infrared spectrum. We complement the standard spectroscopy with LiDAR-based observations to get more parameters about the atmosphere. And for instance, aerosol concentration is one of them. Combining these several data sets in one data stream helps us to significantly improve the quality of retrieval algorithms, where the measurements are actually converted in the concentrations of gases in the atmosphere. On top of that, using the LiDAR, we can conduct measurements in places where sunlight is not accessible, just in the eclipse on the dark side of the orbit. Adding this technology on small satellite platform will help us to deploy the constellation, which will significantly increase the data volume that we would be generating. We'll split the processing capabilities between the satellite platform and the ground segment to increase the volume of data collected even more. And this will enable the global coverage, and having 12 satellites in orbit will also enable quite high reset rate, which is requested by different types of applications. Airmo data will be used by all the entities in ESG reporting value chain, starting from direct emitters, consultancies, up to regulation authorities. We can actually reuse the imagery we'll be generating, and we can add different types of intelligence products based on this data and supply that to really different types of customers. What Airmo can actually measure is the scope 1 emissions, but intelligence products that we will build on top can really many industries can benefit from those.